Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 5 of the 30 days of 1v1 challenge. In last episode we covered not overcommitting on a play, and after dropping down a bunch of games we ended up climbing back up to where we were at the very beginning. If you're enjoying this series and you want to see more, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps me out a ton. And now let's get back to the video. 10:29. I started off the day by playing a few games off of recording, and I ended up going 3-3. So I decided to hit the record button, and this is roughly what the next games look like. There you go. There we go. Yay. There we go. Nice. Alright, we got the first dub. That's what's up. Nice. Let's go. Another one. Yeah, I'm not winning. Our next opponent was none other than Taka. And man, did he cause me problems. Let's start off with taking the first goal of the game. Nice. Let's go. But as soon as the second kickoff rolled around, I had a feeling that they were going to become a problem. That's unfortunate. How can I play this better? Let's see. I think if I just don't try to challenge, but I go back instead. I had the right idea. So here's similar situation. Don't try to challenge, let's just go back. Yeah. It just seemed like he had a better grasp of it though. Only had boost though. I will say his kickoffs were definitely a ton better than mine. And it was one of the great reasons why I couldn't counterattack immediately. He did a really good job of keeping pressure the entire game. Like even when I was on offense here, I couldn't really feel safe enough to push. He just wouldn't commit on anything. And on the few things that he did, he was able to get back. And his flicks were insane. Holy flick. Jesus. No. Even when I tried to counterattack, what? He was just there. Even if he wasn't necessarily going to the ball, he was present in the play every single time. Okay, so I thought I'd bring up the replay to kind of explain it a little bit further. So let's pay attention at the way that Taka is shadowing me during this play. So he's staying really close, he's not really committing, and then eventually he decides to turn in and cut me. And what the way that he ends up doing it is that from the beginning, he's not allowing me to transition immediately. Because if I end up flipping and getting any kind of touch, he's going to be instantly able to boost with whatever amount of boost that he has and hit it towards my corner over here. And that's not something that I want, so I end up taking my time. And then eventually, as he sees that I'm turning away, and now that there's going to be a threat towards his net, he also starts shadowing this way. But what he ends up doing is that since he sees that I'm not going to be building momentum really quickly, and that if I end up flipping, he's going to be able to just cut it off. So if I send the ball this way, he's going to be able to flip this way and keep it more on my side of the field. He knows that if he closes in that gap during the shadow, he's going to be able to get in the way. He was able to get a bump. He may have not gotten the touch that he wanted. I was able to successfully get it off of him. But as you can see, if we go back to my perspective, I wasn't able to recover. I didn't have the boost, I didn't have the opportunity, and because of that, it ends up in a counterattack in which he got the insane flick. Another similar situation happened a little bit later in the game, in which right here I'm carrying the ball, and the way that Taka is shadowing, he's maintaining himself pretty close to the play. So he starts out by backing out and keeping a pretty decent sized gap, a few cars length. Then eventually, as I'm dribbling the ball towards him, he starts slowing down, trying to play the 50. I end up getting the better 50, I completely miss, and he takes his time just focusing on getting a good touch down the field. He's not trying to bang it. He's not trying to just boom it down the field. He's just trying to get it over me as much as he can in the general direction. Then he's able to take his time, get the shot on target, and now he's up by 3. Okay, one more situation. So he ends up flipping forward, grabs his mid boost, and then I end up booming it off to the wall, and then he gets a free shot on my net. So what ended up happening here is if we go to my perspective here, we can see, I can see that he's going for the mid boost, so my instinct is immediately to try to hit it to the wall. I'm trying to hit it around him, trying to get it behind him. I end up falling for the bait. I end up falling for the fake challenge. Because of the fact that I have no boost and I'm kind of brain dead at the moment, it you know, it became a goal on me. So what needed to happen differently for me is to realize, hey, unless he's fully going, you don't need to go. You don't need to challenge. Don't fall for the bait. One very interesting thing that I remember hearing from one of my students whenever I was coaching him in ones, first ever SSL student, his name is Wova. He told me, after a certain while in 1v1s, it honestly just sounds like everybody fakes literally everything. No one ends up ever committing to anything. And that's one thing that this opponent, Taka, really excelled at. He did a really good job of. He didn't commit to anything. He didn't end up pushing anything super hard. And because of it, he was able to take advantage of my overcommits. Just me blatantly passing him the ball. And then from there, well, you saw what happened. Send my net. He continued showcasing this exact same pattern of being present but not really committing, and I ended up losing the game, but at least I finished that off with one more goal. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the drop of the day. Do we get something good today? Come on, maybe a rare. An uncommon leopard. Same person. The second game, although it started off better, it still had a fair few mistakes. I need to take my time right there. Just because he's there doesn't mean that I gotta go immediately. He's trying to make me go. He's trying to make me go insane. I felt like, even though I was keeping pressure, the opponent was just still doing a better job of being patient. No matter what kind of shot I threw at him, he just always seemed prepared. Yeah. But I could tell that I was learning. Very slowly I was starting to become a little bit more aware of my rushing. And I started to mimic him. I stayed more in the play and I managed to get a goal. Come on. Holy. His kickoffs, however, didn't change. They still remained pretty powerful. He's just better. He's just better at kickoffs. He's just better at the game. He has 7 shots. I finally ended up winning a kickoff, and I capitalized on it. There we go, no Brazil for you. I'm not gonna let it happen. As a result of my patience, my 50s were also a little bit better. There we go. No longer overcommitting super hard. However, it came a little bit too late in the match. And so, I unfortunately ended up losing. I actually got farmed by this guy. That is unbelievable, bro. I decided not to include this next game because their name wasn't very YouTube friendly and I don't want to get banned off the site. But we lost. Roasty Buns. I think I've seen his name before. I could have very clearly played him in a scrim. This seemingly newfound knowledge of patience was really helping me this next game. Big bump. I felt like I had to ask the question at least. I really wanted to know. I don't know, the name's so familiar, and then so is the clan tag. Oh! I guess that makes me a pretty bad teammate. If I'm being completely honest, this last game really looked like night and day difference compared to the game right before. Nice. Holy. No. Look. I'm sorry. I forget names literally all the time. Holy. Although patience really didn't translate to me taking my time. But I was doing really well. I was keeping constant pressure, and eventually he fumbled. Nice. I'm playing a lot better this game. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Yep. Nice. I continued chatting with this guy for a little while, and we ended off at Champ 1, Div 2.